Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Today, inshallah, we are going to complete our final revision. Open your book, page 34, grammar. Today, inshallah, we are going to talk about an important rule. It's question tags. What are question tags? Question tags are short questions at the end of statements. We use them when we aren't sure about something or when we want the other person to agree with us. How can we form question tags? We form question tags with auxiliary or modal verb of the sentence and a personal pronoun in the same person as the subject. For example, you couldn't see him. Here, yes, here there's an auxiliary verb couldn't. So you should use couldn't or could, but pay attention. When the statement is affirmative, we use a negative question tag. And when the statement is negative, we use a positive question tag. Okay, like you couldn't see him. Here couldn't is the modal verb, and you should put it, yes, the statement is negative. So we use a positive question tag, could you, and a personal pronoun. Here, personal pronoun, subject pronoun you, use it as it, you. Number two, Tom believed him. This sentence doesn't contain any auxiliary or modal verbs. What should we do? Here, this verb is a main verb and it's in the past, believed. So you should use did. But the statement is affirmative. So you should use a negative question tag, didn't. And Tom, yes, Tom is a boy or a man. So you should use the subject pronoun. Subject pronoun is he. Didn't he? You should pay attention to this statement. When the statement is affirmative, we use a negative question tag. And when the statement is negative, we use a positive question tag like this. The boys are at school. Here are, pay attention, please pay attention. Here, yes, here, there is an auxiliary verb are. So we use, yes, aren't. And the boys, plural, so we use the subject pronoun, personal pronoun, they. Aren't they? Because the statement is affirmative, we use a negative question tag. Number two, when the statement is negative, we use a positive question tag. She hasn't, yeah, pay attention, hasn't seen the doctor yet. Here, the auxiliary verb hasn't, so we use has, and she has it. But pay attention that the statement is negative, so we use a positive question tag. Pay attention to this important point. I am a very good teacher. Here, I am, it changes into, yes, aren't I? I am, aren't I? I am, aren't I? Let's changes into shall we. Let's changes into shall we. Imperative sentence. Affirmative imperative sentence, you should use will you. You should use will you. So this is the question tag, and it's very important. Pay attention. I am, changes into aren't I. Let's changes into shall we. And let's change into shall we. Imperative sentence, affirmative imperative sentence like open the door, close the window, study hard. You should use will you. Will you. Okay, now question number 1. Complete the dialogues with the correct question tags. Number 1, Saud, you went to the bank today? Pay attention. Here, Shabab, there is an important point. Here, went, go went in the past. There isn't any auxiliary verb or modal verb. So we should use, yes, you should use in the past did, and in the present singular does, and in the present with plural and I do. So here went, we use did. But pay attention, the statement is affirmative. So we use a negative question tag. Here, didn't you? Didn't you? Because the verb is went in the past. So we use did. And this sentence is affirmative. So we use a negative question tag. Number 2, you didn't tell. Here, didn't. Yes, this is, yes, auxiliary verb, didn't. So we use, yes, did, but did. And this sentence is, this statement is negative. So we should use a positive question tag. Number 3, you can go tomorrow. Of course, here, pay attention here. There is a modal verb can, so we use excellent, amazing, can't. Why can't, mister? Because this is auxiliary verb. Can changes into can't, and the statement is affirmative, so we use a negative question tag. Number 2 or number 4, the banks are closed today. So here, yes, here there is an auxiliary verb are changes into, yes, excellent, aren't, aren't. And the banks, why here we use they, mister? Because here the banks are, here the banks are plural, banks, a lot of banks, so we use they. Pay attention to this point, please. Okay, number 5, you've seen it. Yes, here an auxiliary verb have. This is the contraction of have, apostrophe ve. So yes, there is an auxiliary verb, so we use have changed into haven't, excellent, and you as it, the subject personal pronoun as it. Number 5. Number 6, you want. Here, pay attention to this verb. Want here is the contraction of will not. This is will not, the short form of will not. Want, will not. So we use, very good. So we use will. Want changes into will, and you as it. Number 7, no, I just need to check something. You don't have internet banking. Here, pay attention. This, yes, this sentence is in the present simple. Yeah, here don't. So there is an auxiliary verb, don't. So you should put do. Excellent. Because the statement is negative, you should use affirmative question tag. Do you? Now open your workbook. Open your workbook. Page 29. Page 29. Number 1. Yeah, hey, Brad, you didn't take the envelope that was on the kitchen table? Yes, excellent. Here, didn't, yes, changes into did. Here, pay attention, didn't, so we use did and you as it. Number 2, no, why? You haven't lost it. Haven't, an auxiliary verb, changes into, yes, excellent. Haven't changes into have, you. Here, you're kidding. Pay attention to this contraction. This is the short form of are. You are kidding. So we use are changes into, yes, the statement is affirmative. We use a negative question tag. So are changes into aren't. No, I am not. I left it here this morning. Go and ask James. Maybe he's seen it. Now, number 2. This is a dialogue between Ahmed and Ali. Here, pay attention. You've read this book. Yes, here there is an auxiliary verb. Yes, this is the short form or the contraction of have. So we use excellent haven't. And you put it as it. No, I haven't. It's one and a word. Yes, here, it's here. This is, pay attention to this. This is the short form or the contraction of has. Mr. Apostrophe S is the contraction or the short form of is. No, it's is or has. But pay attention to this. When one. So this is the past participle. So the contraction is has. So here we put hasn't and it as it. The last one. It isn't Abdullah. So it isn't changes into, yes, excellent. Isn't it changes into is and it as it. So number 1, did you? Number 2, have you? 3, aren't you? 4, haven't you? 5, hasn't it? 6, is it? Thank you for listening and don't forget to do all your e-homeworks and see you tomorrow inshallah with a new lesson. Thanks for your listening and see you tomorrow inshallah.